The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Booth pregame.
You ready? No debate, cause it's off. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant, slay the competition cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, corner booth.
I see myself. Kate, I feel like I have not officially said this. I've tiptoed around it. Kate, will you marry me?
Do I have to answer now? Or?
No, you have time. You can think about it. You can think about a way to say no without hurting my feelings if you want.
Oh
Lovely.
my God.
I'll send you a letter.
Just don't even.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Shit. I'll send you my address later so you can send it to my house.
Yeah, I'm never giving you my address. I don't want you getting that close.
Oh, I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, Ghost, hello. Just jumping up on my desk. Welcome back to the Korner Booth pregame. Of course, I'm your host, Jared Clem. I got a great lineup of people coming in the show today. Guests. I couldn't think of the word for a second. I think my brain's shutting off. This is one of the few shows I look forward to during the offseason. We've done this 3 straight years in a row where we drink beers, maybe chew a little tobacco, and get our shit right and talk the most wild shit about the NFL schedule. We dropped some bull takes. By the way, last year, I called that the Seahawks would have a better record than the Broncos and the Jaguars would make the playoffs. So far, I'm doing pretty good. Also, I also called back-to-back season the Eagles would make the playoffs. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us, of course, from a basement on the Connecticut shore, my co-host, one of the coolest dudes on the planet. He is also the mastermind behind our amazing TikTok channel, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Matt Ordazzo.
Happy to be here as always, and I am excited to break down all these schedule leaks today.
How your Jets, week 1, freaking Aaron Rodgers against Josh Allen. How you feeling right now?
I feel good. I mean, we split the series with them last year with Zach Wilson. I think we can split it again this year with Aaron Rodgers, obviously. I was really hoping for a Jets-Giants week 1 on the 9/11 anniversary. I thought that would have been pretty cool, but I'll take Bills-Jets Monday night to open it up. I'll just have to take the next day off.
The NFL isn't that cool. Come on. And ladies and gentlemen, this handsome devil up in the corner is one half of the High-Low Sports Podcast, one of the only Cowboys fans I like. A San Francisco Giants fan, so for this weekend series, he can kiss my ass. And, of course, one of the dudes who actually has reasonable takes for his fandom. Also, RIP to his Kings. Turn off the beam. Ladies and gentlemen, Kelsey going. I'm sorry.
Never, first of all, never turn off the beam. The beam stays lit year-round, 24/7, 365, 65
so hard
years.
for them. You have no idea. Like, I wanted them to win so badly.
I can't count how many days in a row I've cried.
I just like how you gave him that intro and then just like panned it on him the entire time so you can just have his reactions displayed after every little comment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the most like, hey, let me break down the minutia of your face while I talk shit about you. Like that's literally what Jared does.
Listen, my intros are beautiful. My formula always changes, and I don't apologize for it.
Yeah, but you never come up with a funny one for me. I wasn't included in some of the best, intros you've had, so I felt a little offended you couldn't come up with something even better for me.
If you've seen the lengths of his intros and then trying to fit that in a quick clip, it's very hard.
I'm not blaming you, Matt. I'm blaming Jared.
No, it's more like the fact of the matter is when I'm going to make fun of you for being self-deprecating or your one claim to fame is knocking Nick Fairley on his ass. Like, shit.
It's touche. Like, I don't know what to say to that, but okay, fair enough. Like,
also, because here's the thing: is Kelsey, I come to you because you are you're a great dude. 2, you also are about as blunt as me, and 3, you're like a very reasonable sports personality where your robotic cyborg of a co-host is like C-3PO, where he's so protocoled and so proper, and then he says something so fucking out of pocket. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah. I guess that works. I don't know what.
I will come up with a funny one for next time you come on the show. Okay,
That's what you say every time. Every time I'm let down.
Okay, first of all, fuck off. All right, I'm trying my best.
Hey, I mean, you did tell me to kiss your ass this entire weekend, so I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to come up with something here, trying to make you feel a little bad.
I mean, I don't know.
And this is the reason we can't get a family business like Jack Daniels to sponsor us.
Also, yeah, Jack Daniels, official family owned and operated. They want a family show. Yeah, Jack Daniels has been associated with family values for a very long time.
Hey,
I wasn't going to make a joke about domestic abuse, but damn, that was really easy.
It's broken most families in with the first-time alcohol use.
Oh yeah. Listen, to somebody who's consumed more Jack Daniels than they like to admit. Yeah, Matt knows that's my crazy juice. He's seen me do it live.
Jack Daniels showed me at a young age that I should stay with the clear liquor.
Jack Daniels showed me at a young age there's a lot a country boy can do with about 12 shots of Jack Daniels and a couple quarters.
Oh man.
Yeah, Jack showed me what that I was not a Jack person. That's what it showed me. It showed me I was an Irish person to heart, but I'm not.
It showed me I was a bourbon person because that's sour mash. There's a difference.
I can't do it, man.
Jack
turns my stomach.
Listen, there's a song by John Party called "Me and Jack," and it is the most fitting song for anybody who's had Jack Daniels in a long time. My favorite is like, oh, can I get a Jack and Coke? Me, and it's like, I can't do it. I go to the bar with this kid the other day, right? And we're hanging out, we're getting a drink. This dude I've known for a while, and he's like, yeah, can I get a Jack and Coke? And I'm like, he's like, what do you want? Maybe he saw my boots when I walked in, so he goes, what do you want, cowboy? I'm like, oh, fuck you. I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, fuck off. I had a pair of Ariats on, and I literally go, can I get it's just the most fucking redneck answer. I go, can I get a glass of Buffalo Trace on the with he goes on the rock? I'm like, yeah. And he just starts I hear him chuckling. He's walking over to the whiskey shelf. And I'm like, fuck you. I'm dropping your tip now. Fuck off.
I mean, you could at least order it fancy. You could have been like, can I get 2 fingers of Buffalo Trace? Like that would have been what you should have done.
Well,
I mean, I think once
peel.
I think I ordered an old fashioned with Buffalo Trace in it because I have 2 bottles at home, so I know what it fucking tastes like. So I'm not gonna fucking order it like straight. But also, I wanted to see if it's really because I'm like one of those guys who doesn't believe that whiskey and a drink tastes the same as good whiskey in a drink. If it's made correctly, you should taste the difference in the whiskey. So
I will say at a bar, I mean, it all tastes the same because it's going to be mostly Diet Coke anyways, or mostly Coke.
It's my sister's bar. Okay, I know the bartenders there, and I know how they make their drinks, and I know who I can trust, like John, Gabby. Who's the other one I like? But like, there's like 5.
Maybe don't say these out loud for the alcohol inspector.
Whatever. No, I know how they make their drinks. I know how they make them correctly. But like, then there's some who I'm just like, really? I'm like, dude, this sucks.
Yeah, no, this is why you always find your favorite bar that has a little bit heavier handed pours than normal, and you never tell anybody about that favorite bar.
Oh yeah, no,
I brought it's no longer a heavy pour.
There's a biker bar around the corner from my house. I brought Matt there, and they were pouring us pitchers of beer.
Yeah, they were giving us large glasses.
They would come out. The girl would come out, and she'd basically be like, just like kind of like here you guys go. And, like the beer glass starts spilling over because they're like the full 16.5 ounce glasses filled to the fucking brim, like barely any foam. And I was just like,
she was refilling it like it was fucking like soda. Like it was just like you get free refills. She was just taking them glasses and coming back with more.
It's because like they don't make their money. I know what the hell. They don't make my phone makes weird. My phone when I turn off Instagram will sometimes like play a video that's right there. I'm like, oh, that's fucking depressing. But this bar, they make their money on their food. Their food's a little on the more expensive side for being a dive bar, but their beer's so fucking cheap. That's how they keep people coming back because they get you drunk enough where you have to order food so you don't drive home inebriated. So that's how they get you. And it's the perfect bar because it's like I literally last weekend walked there with my buddy who lives across the street from me. We're like, hey, you want to walk to the lodge and go get hammered? He goes, fuck yeah.
not gonna lie, I used to fuck up me and my fiance would go and fuck up an Applebee's or the Chili's, whichever one had the dollar drinks for like
Oh
that,
yeah.
like right before COVID hit. We'd go there and we'd get like, all right, you guys want any appetizers? We're like, no, we're good. Like, you sure? Because you guys have like 14 drinks on your bill, and I kind of need to serve you food because my manager won't let me keep it going. I'm like, all right, give me a boneless wing basket. I'm like, oh shit, you have 7
For
drinks, but they're giving
$6.
you. Yeah, yeah. We paid $14 for 7 drinks each, and they were probably like a half a shot of alcohol. You don't feel anything until you get like the 5th one.
Yeah, no, they used to do a happy hour with $1 Long Island and $6 apps. So me and my cousin back in the day of living in Kansas and going to a Christian school at the time, going to the other town 30 minutes away to go to Applebee's to have $1 Long Islands and $6 appetizers because nobody in that town knew us, and we could just sit there. And it was actually right in the same parking lot as where I actually worked at, so worked out perfectly. I get off work, walk over to the Applebee's, he'd roll up, and then we'd go have a good night.
Well, that beat it
spent like
going,
$20 and all the fun.
It was that, or the other option was like Buffalo Wild Wings was down the corner, but their version of a happy hour was we're gonna take $2 off our $9 drinks and we're gonna just charge you 7. So I was like, no, I'm gonna go to Applebee's and I'm gonna get lit. Then I'm gonna come back for the UFC fights and not buy a beer.
Yeah, you did do that.
Matt, wasn't there that bar around the corner from us at college that was just like you'd walk in happy hours like $1 Miller Lights, and I was just like, this is fucking mint. I'd walk in there with a $5 $5 bill that I had left over from like doing somebody's homework, and I'm like, hey, 5 Miller Lights in order, just keep them coming.
I think it was New West Caf.
It was New West, and no, New West was the one with the $1 pitchers of Miller and Bud Light on $3 pitchers of Miller and Bud Light on Wednesdays. It was West Side. That was the one that.
Oh, I always get confused because because our school area doesn't make sense. We have New West Caf and West Side Caf. So it's if you want to go to the new version or the western side of it.
Well, West Side was the better one. New West was like the one they're like, oh, you're a shitty college bar. Don't ID. Great. Well, then they got in trouble, and now they actually have to ID because I have a buddy whose sister goes to Southern right now, and he goes, she thought this was the place that didn't ID. She walked in, got nailed within 30 seconds for not having an ID.
Yeah, I don't. One of them I never experienced because we all walked in there, and then you walked out because they either didn't have Guinness or they only had it in a can or whatever it was.
No. It was this bar that didn't even have a beer tap. It literally just had cans in a fridge. And I was like, I was like, this, and it was just like the lighting was shit. I
don't know. It didn't make sense.
That's a drink wall.
Yeah. I was like, this is weird. And then we walked out, went to New West, and we sat there, and I was like, my Guinness was $4. My Guinness was $3.50. I'm like, dude, I love this fucking bar. Oh my God. That's what killed me. My senior year, I just didn't have the money to go to the bar a lot. But like, dude, I would literally do people's home audio production homework and get like $35, and I would pay for my 30 rack for the weekend, and that was it.
I finished my free 5-hour labor with the athletics department interning, and then I go down the corner with you guys to get a beer.
That was so awesome. I think I was dating a girl on the dance team at the time, so I had to go to the game anyway. Oh, that was weird. That was a weird time, man. That was right after college. Also, I'm drinking a Gansett. What is this, fucking college right now?
What?
I got the usual little pineapple claw.
I know beer, everything's expensive up by me and Matt, but like literally Narragansett 30 rack was like, oh, you're being lame today. Got it.
I don't get paid till tomorrow. I also had to rush home and didn't get a chance to stop at the gas station. So that happened.
I feel so bad about that. I guarantee DJ is gonna get on with beer because like this motherfucker's gonna wait until like 7:30 to show up. I just told people in the chat over Belly Up, like, guys, we're talking happy hour and bar stories. But like when I walked into the liquor store, it's the one of my best friends works at, like as like a night job. He's trying to buy a house, so he's just trying to make as much money as possible, or at least just get out of his parents' house. I can relate. So he's like, he's in there working, and he goes, "What are you feeling?" I'm like, "Oh, I want some IPAs because I like having the heavier stuff, but I want something fucking cheap." I'm in the mood for a Narragansett. He goes, "Dude, 30 racks are like $30 for like after tax." I'm like, Dude, I remember in college where a 30 rack of Budweiser was $27.
You can go buy a 30 rack of PBR for like $18.
Yeah.
That's a good. I mean, listen, I'll do that.
Or you can risk it with the Natty Lights and get them for 15.
Listen, Linda. Natty Light is a beautiful fucking beer. Okay? I love Natty Light. It is my go-to when I'm fucking hammered, have a half a tin of dip in my mouth, and I'm around a bonfire. That is my beer for that.
How do you? Oh, I forgot. You don't actually physically like do the actual dip anymore. I was about to say, how do you dip and drink a beer? But then I realized.
Well, I used to do both at the same time, and it was fucking brutal because if I wasn't careful, it was both Copenhagen juice and beer going down the hatch.
So you saw that, Kelsey.
Tummy going upside down.
I gave him that option to just bypass that whole thing and be like, no, it is the Canada dips, but he just didn't.
Yeah. He could have totally led that into a perfectly good like advertisement spill.
Folks, if you used to dip like I did, we have a great product for you. Canada Dips is an amazing. This is actually the Arnold Palmer one. This is me and Matt's favorite. It tastes like Arnold Palmer. I'm not even fucking kidding. I had one of these with the citrus today. It tasted like I was drinking an Arnold Palmer. It was fucking amazing. CanadaDips.com, promo code BellyUp20 for 20% off. Official sponsor of the Korner Podcast, our NFL Overreaction Show, and Belly Up Sports. Stop in, check them out. They have these amazing. I love the Palmy is my favorite, obviously, but then they have the big bags, which their mint tastes and smells exactly like Copenhagen mint. So I bought like one big bag because it was 50 pouches for $20 before the promo code. After promo code was like 16. I was like, I get $16 and I get like 4 tins worth of fucking dip. This is awesome. And I'm almost burned through it already.
That's about
I blow through the problem is with like the flavored ones, like the Arnold Palmer, the peach, the mango, all that shit. Like I'll go through like 1, 2 at a time because they're very strong. The mint one, because of force of habit, I pack like 3 at once. So it actually looks like I'm packing a serious lip of dip, and I'm like, I'm probably overdoing it, but whatever. Cheers.
I get that though. I will say the tropical mango, I don't feel like the flavor lasts long enough. So
that mint one will burn for like 2 hours.
The mango one, I'm like 2 or 3 deep in 10 minutes.
The mint one literally burns like actual tobacco, which my favorite part is. I'm like, oh, this is a good feeling.
Yeah. That's why I like the mint and the that citrus one. I don't know, the citrus one to just like it gives you that burn in the gum.
That's the 2 ones those are the 2 ones I order the most, the mint and the citrus. I prefer the citrus. I prefer the citrus one because it tastes my old boss from my old job said it best. He goes, dude, it tastes like Starburst. I'm like, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that's a good comparison. Like the mango one is good. I just like the mango flavor a lot. So like I want a lot of the mango flavor. So
this one with a little water really tastes like you're drinking Arnold Palmer.
Man, don't do that to me. I don't need to order more. I mean, I do need to order more.
Dude, I'm like
I don't need to order more.
You kidding me? I literally will drop like a couple. I will drop literally like $60 every time I go on that website.
See, I try to avoid dropping that much.
Well, the thing is, it lasts me a month. So I ordered this last batch like April like 10th. It's May 11th today. So I don't have to order for another 2 weeks, 3 weeks, which is why I love these biggie bags because like it keeps me from ordering too much. Also, I keep my tins half the time. My manager uses my dip tins, like the Canada Dip tins. He uses them for change for the safe. I'm like, that's so fucking weird. You open up the fucking safe at my work in the office, and there's literally just Canada Dip cans stacked up with coins in them. I'm like, that's hysterical.
I just found out there's a grape version, and
I'm
it's
ordering
over.
Yeah, I know. I'm ordering 3 packs of that tonight in a biggie bag.
That's not going to be. That's a bad idea for me.
Oh, I know. The grape one's a problem because the grape one I'll fucking mix with shit, and I'm like, oh boy. But yeah, no. So
what are the stuff you're on?
What's up?
What's up, Megatron?
While he does that. Oh, no.
Oh, I did that again. No, I was saying, so these bags. Dang it. Are we there? I was saying, you know what happened? I opened up a new tab in my computer and I probably just fucking. Anyways, these bags, like you just stuff your own pouches.
No. They're actual pouches. Like they're a bag worth of pouches.
Oh, I thought it was like UCP or stuff.
Yeah, no, it's just like it's just like huge.
Yeah.
Also, they have a sleep fuel one. Matt or Jared, have you tried the sleep fuel one?
As somebody who can literally fall asleep after about a glass of whiskey if I'm tired enough, I won't fuck with it. The energy ones I love because I'll pack 3 of those and I'll be fucking ripping through shit because it's 50 milligrams of caffeine per pouch. So I do 3 of those with 1 CBD pouch, and I got like a freaking honker in my mouth. I'm fucking moving.
Yeah, I gotta try the sleep fuel caramel.
Matt's like, dude, Jared, just shut the fuck. That's not.
What are the Rippers?
The Ripper, I don't know what those are. Are those ones like the actual ones that actually have like THC in them? Because like I heard you can get Connecticut now, but you actually have to buy them.
Yeah, it's got HHCP and THCP in it.
They are expensive,
and they are legal in all 50 states.
Which is
$35
for certain reasons to do with the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Organization. I cannot buy those online because of certain reasons. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now live, the other half of the High-Low Sports crew. This man is about to yell at Matt for unnamed reasons, but he's also one of the funniest motherfuckers I know. He is a devout Colts fan, a Anthony Richardson worshiper, a Jim Irsay stan, and somehow, some way, maybe related to Daniel Jeremiah, aka the Neuralink. Not he just fucking left.
I think he thought you were going Jonathan Gannon.
I was not going to say Jonathan Gannon. Gannon's fucking dead to me. Why would I insult one of my friends like that? DJ, come back. There you are. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, the other half of the Bert and Ernie of the Belly of Sports crew. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Stewart.
First of all, there's no Jim Irsay stands around here. You watch your mouth with that tone of voice now. You check the bass in your voice when you introduce me like that next time. Second of all, glad to be here, guys. Third of all, I'm yelling at Jared, not Matt right now. Matt, we'll get to you later, but how dare you include that Jonathan Gannon thing on the TikTok/Instagram? Like, what the hell, man? I'm not.
We never even established if it was me. You know, could have been Mason.
Jared's technologically deficient, so I know.
Let's be honest, it's not Mason.
All right, well, yeah, you got me there. I don't think it's
IQ above 6. I know damn well that it was you. All right, I have done my part, so now I can leave.
Bye. Oh man! All right, so DJ's here. We can start talking ball now, folks. Well, DJ, I actually got to ask you this because you went to Montana State, obviously for college.
No. Oh, pause. He might leave again.
Montana.
There you go.
Sorry, I get them flipped because I got like letters from both. I know they're both good schools. I almost went on a tour of one of them because I've always seen Montana. Ironically, this is even before Yellowstone was even a thing. This is how old I am. But anyway, DJ, we're talking college and like local dive bars. Like, what was like good stories? I was telling them about like literally there was a dive bar on the corner of me and Matt's college that had $1 Miller Lights for like an hour. So I'd walk in with a $5 bill, say 5, line them up. I'll tip you at the end.
I already know DJ's answer.
Oh, am I supposed to pick ones that we had that were similar to that?
No, say one you liked, you enjoyed. Like say one like did you have one over at Montana that you liked?
They had one. It was a bar that I think it was 9:00 every Thursday. They had 2 for $1 drinks. They always had cool names like a lightsaber or something like that as well too. Like they had really cool drinks to go along with it. So that was the safe way to start the night. Then you ended the night calling in sick the next day.
Oh, see, my favorite was the time that I woke up me and my boys left the bar at 2:15 in the morning, and I woke up still drunk and had to go to class. Because I was out of absences. So I waddled into class reeking like a fucking empty 6-pack. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I have my head in my hands. I think I snuck a literal bucket of fried chicken from Popeyes into class with me. It was electric.
There's no sneaking a bucket of fried chicken.
Oh, no. There was no sneaking, but there was people ate in the class all the time. And I'm sitting there and Matt knows exactly which Popeyes I went to. The one over on Crown Street. The one that was a little sketchy. The one that was a little sketchy, but you know they made the best damn chicken. So I'm literally sitting there just eating a bucket of. I think I had like 7 tenders and like fries and a biscuit and a bucket. I'm sitting there just chowing. I think I had a Gatorade about that fucking big, dude. I love those ones like on those that it made the Friday classes worth going to.
See, DJ. I would say DJ's problem was that he had a coworker that would buy tequila shots to end the night. that would, and I say coworkers, good friend. Yeah, to start the night and end the night. That was his tradition. And I say DJ had that. No, we both had same person that we both knew. Good friend, but I swear to God, every time we go out, it'd be like, all right, we're gonna have a calm night. We're gonna go for a couple drinks, guys. As soon as you get to the bar, hey, I got some tequila shots. Or then, all right, guys, we're gonna go to a different bar. It's gonna be a relaxed time. Hey guys, I bought a round for everybody. Tequila. Here you go.
Don't worry, guys. I got wine.
Tequila. Hey, you're like, I'm gonna buy the round this time. Nope, it's okay, Greg. You don't need to buy the round this time. We got it. Like, you good, man.
Oh wait, there they are being delivered to us because he ordered ahead of time somehow. Great.
Because he just knows the bartender and they're already on the way.
See, my favorite thing of all time is the guy who does the rap intro for this show, Johnny Maserati. His real name is Mr. Yeffer Nunez. He's one of my closest friends. He also is the shot pusher in our friend group. This man will on the Vineyard. Me and Kevin and my cousin Andrew are hammered. And where's Jeff? At the bar, grabbing shots for us. And me and Kevin are basically holding each other up.
Yeah, the best part
my cousin who was like dead on the couch an hour ago, barely surviving. They're trying to stay. I'm like, no. And I think my brother-in-law was absolutely blasted too. So it was the 5 of us or 6 of us. I think my sister's sitting there like, I got to drive you idiots home.
Yeah,
my boy is
a teacher.
My boy Yeffrey is that dude where he will just push shots all day.
Greg was the same way. But he's a teacher now, which I find hilarious because now he's responsible for children and their well-being, and he was like, didn't care about our well-being just for that time.
Because we were grown-ass adults, that we were past the statute of limitation. At that point, it was jackass.
At that point, it was, hey, I'm going to see if I can get you guys sick for work tomorrow. Let's see what happens.
Oh, we showed up to work sick plenty of times, both falling asleep directly in the middle of the damn store.
Yeah, that's true.
I think still my favorite is the time that it was like middle of COVID, and this is right before you Unhinged boys showed up.
Whoa.
Listen, we're happy you guys stayed along.
We're full belly up now.
Full belly up.
You're right.
Full belly up. The only person who still's Unhinged in the title is fucking Hector. Bastard. It's okay. I got love for Hector. I think I'm gonna try to get him on the show next week. I haven't talked to him in a fucking age. He's kicking ass working for the Houston Dynamo. So shout out to our boy Hector, host of the Insert FC.
Name FC.
Insert name FC. Yeah. I don't know why I thought he said Unhinged in the title. I think I'm fucking losing my mind right now.
See, Matt, this is why I was yelling at you for the thing earlier too. This is how I know it was you.
Fair. Just yeah. Can't
Dude, I'm balancing so much fucking shit in my head, DJ. I don't even want to fucking talk about it.
Matt, you're a victim of being.
Maybe you should talk about it.
Well, here's the thing. It was so bad this week and last week. I was looking forward to this show, and I knew we were just going to get fucking hammered and just bullshit about NFL schedules. So I was like, the fact that I'm looking forward to this either shows my NFL fandom or the fact that I need a fucking vacation.
Yes.
Exactly. And maybe
there's a third option, but I don't know if we're in this great family-friendly show if I can say that third option.
well Jack Daniels inspired. I mean, that would help, but that would also involve me actually having to go to a bar occasionally. But all my friends are lame as fuck, and I'm the only single in my friend group right now.
No, you don't have to go to a bar.
What were you thinking? Like, I think you two are thinking two different things.
I'm thinking so too. Like, I'm thinking about going buying a giant cake from the store and he's eating a giant cake.
I'm thinking about meeting a nice young lady at a bar. What the fuck are you talking about?
Eating a giant cake.
Yeah, exactly. Giant cakes all around, ladies and gentlemen.
See, all right, DJ gets a clap up for that one with the innuendo joke. He gets the winner for today.
Baker's dozen.
I had no idea what we were talking about. So
I don't get how he gets credit for this when it was my joke and he just literally just explained it for you.
DJ translates my level of intellect.
He literally had to mansplain the cake joke to another man, and he gets credit for it. Time out. What?
Right. Both of you goons get it, okay? I don't know what to fucking tell you. All right, shit.
I'm just glad DJ followed along with the joke. That was the important part.
Oh my god! All right.
Well, the alley catch the oop.
Yeah. Well, speaking of alley oops, folks, amazing game to start the NFL season. We've got Motor City Dan Campbell taking on the defending champs, Kansas City Chiefs. Anyway, personal feelings aside.
You able to get that one out?
Oh my god, it still fucking hurts almost as much as it hurts having to
FIFA
hear fucking.
February
Almost as hurts as much as Jackson Mahomes is doing in prison right now. Anyway, so hey, listen, am I wrong? I mean, listen, with his arrest video was still maybe the greatest thing I ever watched because like one of the guys was like asking about like the girl's consent or whatever, and he just blurted out something that was so out of pocket. I'm like, oh my god, that's fucking brutal. Anyway, if you have not seen it, go watch the. It's all over Twitter and TikTok and everything else. Jackson Mahomes
Maybe don't.
video.
Don't.
You don't have
go
to
watch it.
It's funny as shit. What the dude says, the reporter says, I was fucking crying.
I don't need to give that dude any more time in my life than he's already forced myself.
About the reporter. That reporter deserves a nice golf clap because that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the reporter was fantastic.
I love it. It's like literally nepotism's finally getting bitten in the ass, at least in the Mahomes family.
I wouldn't call it nepotism because Patrick obviously hated it. So I don't think that counts as nepotism. It's encouraged if it's nepotism.
Well, one of our boys in the group chat we're all part of goes, what if this actually makes Mahomes better? I'm like, don't fucking say that.
Look, Brittany got pregnant and was out of the limelight for how long? For 9 months, and look how good he was.
She ain't pregnant anymore.
Well, yeah,
Brittany, she's back.
He's got 3 months to get that taken care of.
Irish twins, here we go.
She might have to stay home and take care of the kid now. And then if he serves
she'll still find a way to weasel herself into Arrowhead. Brittany Mahomes, I am praying that you single-handedly destroy your husband's NFL career for one more season.
Do not carry Underwood, that man.
No, listen. Okay, do not also compare the greatness that is Patrick Mahomes to the weenie that is Tony Romo.
You shut your mouth. You don't talk to your daddy that way.
You talk shit about Dak Prescott, that's fine, but you watch your mouth about Tony around here.
Hey, look, it's not even for me. It's because he owned Philadelphia.
Yeah, he was the one quarterback in the last 30 years who actually had a winning record against us. I think Troy was 500, which is hilarious.
Don't speak to your dad that way, man. And you're almost stepmom. I mean, goodness, how dare you?
Listen, I have much love for Carrie Underwood.
As do all people eyes.
If you don't love Carrie Underwood, you are not a grown ass man. Anyway, I am excited for Lions Chiefs for 3 simple reasons. 1, I get primetime Dan Campbell. 2, as much as the Chiefs are a great team, I get to watch that Lions offense, which is it's dynamite rolled in firecrackers, drowned in gas.
Is it though?
Yes, it is.
Because they're missing 3 receivers and they also lost DJ Shark.
You know what? I think Ben Johnson's a fucking genius, and I love the whole Jahmyr Gibbs pick. I'm good with it. I think it's gonna be a fun game. I really don't. Everyone's like, "Oh, the Chiefs are gonna roll them." I'm like, maybe. Like NFL, the reigning champ always puts like shit the week after the first week of the season. It's happening.
Yeah, I think the NFL is preventing that. They're single-handedly being like, "You can play like shit and still win by 40." So congratulations, here you go.
So are you saying that the Lions are going to disappoint everyone this year?
I'm saying the Lions went and got David Montgomery and then drafted a running back in the first round.
Yeah, but they also got rid of both of the running backs from the year before. So they run.
I'm sorry. You got rid of your first double-digit touchdown scoring running back since Barry Sanders and first 1,000-yard rusher since Kerryon Johnson, who, by the way, was the first 1,000-yard rusher since Barry Sanders. And you replaced
Ironically,
him with...
both of them went to the Eagles afterwards. I thought it was hysterical.
Yeah. But you replaced him with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs.
I do enjoy Jahmyr Gibbs' game. I think he'll be good alongside Montgomery because I think Montgomery's a good change of pace for him. I really wish they attacked the receiving core a little more besides the gambler, Jameson Williams, and my fantasy savior, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Love you, B. That motherfucker literally saves my ass at least once a year. I've drafted him the last 2 years in a row, and I will knock somebody out in our draft room if they draft him before me. He's that one like player that I get like defensive. I'm like, it's like Ruxin with MJD in the show The League. We're like, get the fuck away from him.
Pick one round 1. I'm taking Amon-Ra St. Brown. Just to piss Jared off. My team name will be pissing Jared off. It'll go Jalen Hurts round 1. Round 2 will be Amon-Ra St. Brown.
It's all right. The year before, like nobody told me it was that Belly Up was the Alex's Lemonade League or whatever it was, and literally like it was like 6 quarterbacks off the board after I took a running back. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
I feel like
why you read the rules.
I don't read. Literally, I got yelled at by Mike to make sure I joined the league, so I just basically was like, "Oh, okay, auto draft." And then here's the problem: I am all for donating. I would have just donated the $20 to charity instead of being in the fucking league because I was like, I can't even like add or drop players. What the fuck's the point? I deleted the league off my app.
Oops, I did that last year. I didn't know we couldn't add or drop. And like week 3 rolls around, and I have like 3 guys injured, and I just added and dropped 3 dudes, one of which happened to play for the Lions, and just so happened to clinch me 2nd place in the league. Almost gave me 1st place in our league and 1st place overall.
There you go.
But yeah, I didn't know I could add and drop, and
I literally after I texted Mike, I texted our boss. I'm like, Mike, what the fuck? And he goes, Jared, it's a charity league. I'm like, I know. But everyone at Belly Up knows sports enough to do fucking fantasy football. Well, at least like make this have some skill. Nah. I'm like, all right, shut the damn league off. Didn't even go. I didn't even check. I think I checked once while I was like hammered at a bar and I was looking at my fantasy team because we were getting killed. I was getting killed. I think I ended up winning my friend league this year, which I was fucking ecstatic about. Thank you, Jalen Hurts.
You need better friends.
It's like, you know, Kevin and those boys.
Like I said, you need better football friends.
Well, Kevin almost won the fucking league, but then he was like that, like bounced in the first round. It was kind of funny. Like he just like he had
sounds like Bama.
Kevin, I think, started the league off 13-0 or 12-0 or something like that, and then like literally lost to me, and then won 2 more. Then the first round, then lost. No, he lost 3 in a row. First round loses again, and then I just steamrolled everyone in the playoffs.
He sounds like the Bruins.
Built by Bama.
Sounds like the brew crew. Oh boy. The other brew crew. Listen, I mean, what are you guys excited for? We also heard like Christmas Day, we're getting I believe Chiefs and Raiders and Eagles and Giants. There's this whole concept around like the Eagles will wear their Kelly greens and the Giants wear their reds. Christmas colors would be fucking awesome. I love it. It would just piss off some colorblind fans. But,
that'd be the worst. I would hate to be colorblind for that game.
Oh, I know, me too.
That was the issue with like in 2015 when they did Jets and Bills color rush game. It was like the bright red and the bright green. That was a big issue that they were getting from the fans that were colorblind.
Which is literally what the Eagles and Giants are trying to do now. Dude, the color rush was so weird because there was like 6 or 7 uniforms that were fucking lit. And then there was about like 10 that were like, eh. And then there was about like another 12 that were like, what the fuck did you just put out there?
You mean the Jaguars mustard?
All yellow, mustard puke yellow? Yeah, I fucking love that shit.
Or the Rams all yellow. Why couldn't they do all blue? Why couldn't the Rams do all blue? That would have been so sick.
That would have been fucking awesome. Like, I was actually kind of pissed they never used that one. Yeah. Didn't they have one? The Bengals white uniforms are sick, and I think we can all.
What do you mean? You mean the white Bengal uniforms that they now use on the field?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
those like when those were just concept art, I was like, that's fucking sick. This year's Thanksgiving games are Packers, Lions, Commies, Cowboys, and 49ers, Seahawks. I fucking love every fucking minute of this. Not only do I get Packers, Lions because it's the post Aaron Rodgers haunting them Lions, I also get Commies versus Cowboys, which for some reason on Thanksgiving they always play you guys hard. It's always a good game regardless.
Yeah.
And then 49ers Seahawks, Geno versus what will hopefully be Brock Purdy at that point. Or unless Sammy D and the Ghosts have been lighting it up.
Or Trey Lance.
Well, no, who's who?
We're just naming the roster.
We're not talking about the Buccaneers here.
I'm just saying they're going to roll through the injury, so it's going to work its way back.
They're gonna hire. They're gonna go get PJ. They're gonna go get Jordan Ta'amu from the XFL.
No. You were right the first time. They're gonna go get PJ Walker, and it's PJ Walker season all over again.
I'm a PJ Walker stan. I love that man. One of the greatest passes I ever watched was that bomb he threw to DJ Moore at the end of the game, which then Moore cost his team the game with the helmet slam, which was still the dumbest fucking penalty of all time. I hate that rule, by the way. If you want to take off your helmet and celebrate after you score a touchdown, that should not be a penalty. That's the dumbest rule. It's been a rule.
Every other sport gets to show their face off when they do something good. Why not?
Exactly. The old Santana Moss quote, the old Lamar Miller quote, just like, or not Lamar Miller, Lamar Thomas. Miami receiver from the 90s. He used to get fined for it like every game. Yeah, no, he did that in the pros and he did that in college, but it was like that was his signature, taking his helmet off. I'm like that, like it's so fucking stupid. Also, by the way, some cool week 1 games heading at you. Before anything else, obviously before Thanksgiving, before I keep moving.
No, they got the Dolphins Jets on Black Friday. I guess that's a new thing.
I fucking love that.
Hate that. Hate it. I hate that.
Well, they're not
Texas A&M need to be Black Friday every Black Friday for forever and on. And if it's not Texas A&M, I don't want to watch it on Black Friday. Honestly, it really should be Thanksgiving, but they decided to screw that one up.
I just don't like the double Thursday night games.
Yeah, that's stupid too.
Yeah. All right. So notable matchups week 1. Eagles Patriots during the Tom Brady honors game. It's gonna be hilarious than watching Philadelphia roll them by 40.
You guys should bring Nick Foles to that game.
What?
You guys should bring Nick Foles to that game. Maybe present him with like a gift from Philly or something.
Have him and Eli Manning show up. All right. Rams Seahawks. That's not gonna be a good game. Damn, there's not really that many good week 1 games. Shit.
No, there's not.
Oh my God.
I was like, why are you bringing it up?
We get Tua versus Herbert. There's the one.
Is that going to be a good game, though?
I don't know. Maybe.
Hey, actually, maybe we'll get Max Duggan versus Tua because the Chargers aren't going to care. And they're going to be like, we've already won, and Max Duggan's going to be out here up by 40 playing his first NFL game.
After that last draft, they're the Los Angeles gosh damn Horned Frogs at this point.
Yeah.
All right.
the LA Frogs, and you have the Philadelphia Dogs.
Dogs. All right, listen. I mean,
that's like, no, I can't do this anymore.
No,
too many dad jokes.
I'm trying to find like the rest of the fucking schedule. It's like, would you guys think of all the European? Like, I'm also so pissed they won't like do like Dolphins, Chiefs in Arrowhead. They're doing it in Germany. Tyreek Hill's been talking so much shit about this game. I really wanted to see this in Arrowhead and to see him get fucking lit up by Justin Reed over the middle.
Yes.
Only game I'd actually root.
It's not going to be as sweet if I mean at this point I'm going to take the Chiefs over Miami. It's not going to be that sweet seeing them beat them in Germany rather than Kansas City. I did see that the Jaguars have back-to-back weeks in London.
Mm-hmm.
Because Shad Khan is a sellout.
And so they play in 2 different stadiums in London. Funny enough.
Does the owner of the Jaguars have like a tie with like a soccer team out in or I thought he
Shad Khan? No. So Tottenham is owned by so Tottenham is who they play the second game in, and Wembley Stadium is like the national team stadium for England. But Tottenham Hotspurs is owned by they own a hockey team, and I can't think of which hockey team it is.
Isn't it the Fenway Group, or is that Arsenal?
No, that's Liverpool. Liverpool is owned by the Fenway Group. Hold on, let me. This is always going to bother me. But yeah, Tottenham is owned by an American owner, but he's not.
Somebody said the Falcons and Jaguars in London. Maybe Kyle Pitts will score again.
Daniel Levy
from Schitt's Creek.
No, he's the owner, or he's the American part of the Enoch Group who owns Tottenham.
So he's never lived in a motel before.
I mean, it's Daniel Levy. I don't know.
That's hysterical.
Oh man, Jags got the Falcons, easy W. Then they got the Bills the following week in London.
I just want to talk about the absolute murder that is the Eagles' schedule for weeks 11 through 15 because I literally looked at it. I like shivered a little bit. I was like, "Fuck." So here's a little update for you fuckers. What the fuck's gonna happen? Okay, so we start off week 11 after the bye. We have Eagles at Chiefs Monday Night Football Super Bowl rematch. Then Bills in the
Why it's week 11? I don't get. That's dumb. Give
I
me
don't
week
either.
1 Super Bowl rematch, just like it used to be every year.
Yeah, I don't get why they fucking do that. Whatever. Bills at home. The Bills have always played like shit in Philadelphia. They always get killed there. Then we get the 49ers, who have been talking a lot of fucking shit this offseason.
Well, I mean, they did beat the Cowboys with Zeke, center. So
amazing play. Speaking of the Cowboys, they played them the week after, week 14. And then after that, they get the Seahawks, the Giants, and then they finally get a break when they play the Kyler Murray inept Cardinals, and then they get the Giants again. So basically, after the Eagles bye week, they basically have a freaking just boxing match before the playoffs.
Oh no, you go to the Super Bowl and have a tough schedule the next year. This is blasphemy. The league hates them.
Okay. It's okay. We get the Patriots week 1, and then we get the Vikings at home in prime time. So, but one team I haven't heard a lot of today, and this man, of course, also had his shit retweeted by CJ Gardner-Johnson. So first off, awesome shit. He also just did an interview with Brian McFadden. So check it out. It is on the Sports Gumbo podcast. Check it out on BellySports.com. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the only cool Saints fan I know. I love to see New Orleans, but God, Saints fans annoy me. TJ's one of the few I like. Ladies and gentlemen, host of the Sports Gumbo podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, TJ.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, brother? Welcome in.
Hey, man, thanks for having me. I appreciate it, man.
Listen, man, we were just still doing a little discussion of the NFL schedule before we get into overreactions.
Yeah.
Man, your Saints got kind of dogged by the schedule a little bit. No, not a lot of primetime games for your boys.
Yeah. Hey,
did I believe in the Derek Carr hype?
Hey, they don't deserve it. I mean, let's just keep it 100. I'm not one of those Saints fans that's delusional. The Saints have not been to the playoffs in almost 2.5 years. So you got to earn it. You got to earn your primetime slot. So if they got the short end of the stick, it's because they have failed to make the playoffs, and you got to prove it. So if they go out there and they have a really good season, then maybe 2024 it will reflect it. Maybe you'll see more primetime games.
Fair enough.
Where were you when I went to college with all the Saints fans in the world? Where were you to speak some honest truth to these guys?
Hey, man, that's what I do, man. I mean, I was born and raised in New Orleans. Of course, I love it. I bleed black and gold, but I try to keep it as real as possible, man. Some people look at the team with rose-colored glasses on. They don't want to,
That's not the only thing they look at it with.
Yeah, so, but, as for me, I'm saying, I think they should have a really good season. I mean, their schedule, I mean, it's supposed to be one of the easiest ones if you're into that type of stuff. So it gives them opportunity to get back on the winning track.
Fair enough. TJ, I don't know if you follow Barstool New Orleans at all, but they're the creator of that account. He is also a friend of the show.
Yeah.
His name's Cruz. He's one of our good friends. So I'm going to have to bring you both on the show at one point because you are the realistic Saints fan. He is the delusional Saints fan. Like, I think last year he tried to tell me, like, dude, after the Eagles lost to your Saints, he texted me 15 times. I'm like, dude, I would take a half one-legged, like, broken arm Jalen Hurts over Gardner Minshew. We would have beat you guys by 30. Stop. Just stop. But, he's one of those dudes. He has to talk his shit. So, I give him the credit. Listen, I've been to your city. It's my favorite city in the world. It's my favorite way to cook in the world. Like, literally, I love it so much. I actually had Kelsey find me a gator recipe, a gator distributor, so I can get my gator meat to do my fucking gumbo. I love that shit. Cajun cooking is my favorite, but your team and my team have always had issues for the past, half decade or so. So
let's pause. Hold on. I mean, Are you forgetting pre-Katrina Saints were not good for, 12, 14 years?
I know. I'm saying, like,
you can't have that much of an issue with the Saints.
No, my issue with the Saints started when Sheldon Brown almost decapitated Reggie Bush, and then they knocked us out of the playoffs.
That was a fantastic
play. They knocked us out of the playoffs again in 2014 during the dark days.
And then again in 2018.
Hey, listen, it's okay. You guys had Alshon Jeffrey on the payroll. I get how it goes. Because there's no way in hell you drop that pass when you've been talking all that shit the entire offseason. Hey, listen, it's okay. You did us a favor. I mean, listen, we would have beaten the freaking Rams by 40, so it's okay. Y'all need they needed the refs to beat you guys.
Don't do that.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, look, 2018, I feel like that probably was the best Saints team they ever had. That includes the Super Bowl team. Like the Super Bowl team. They were just lucky. They were. I don't want to call it lucky. They were just opportunistic. I mean, they led the NFL in turnovers. I mean, they had Darren Sharp out there with 9 interceptions. They had 24 as a team. So I mean, the defense wasn't as elite as they have been over the last couple of years. They just been opportunistic. 2018, that was a Super Bowl caliber team. They just didn't make it.
See, as much as I don't like the Saints, because I mean, like I wasn't happy how y'all blew us up by 45 or whatever the fuck it was in the regular season. I think that's where my real hatred of the team started, because I actually didn't really have a problem with y'all that much. But my hatred of them started with the whole like the mask shit after y'all beat us. And so watching the Robbie Coleman just blow up Smith on the sideline and them not call it, I'm like,
man.
Yeah, what kind of Madden bullshit is this? But you brought Darren Sharper, and I had to like hold my tongue because I had like 15 bad jokes ready to rock and roll. He's been stealing more shit besides interceptions, but
pretty much.
We leave Darren Sharper alone. We don't bring those onto any show.
Hey, fair enough. I'm not trying to get my ass canceled.
Darren Sharper, the player. Okay, I ain't talking.
Yeah, but Darren Sharper, the player.
On the field. That's what I'm referring to.
Not Darren Sharper, the player, off the field.
Yeah, it's kind of like, one of those situations like when people mention O.J. Simpson, the player, the football player, like what he did, what he contributed in the NFL. Darren Sharper off the field is a whole different story.
Yeah, Matt's favorite player. No, it's all good. Listen, so TJ, I got to ask you. So you saw some of these primetime matchups. We all kind of seen the Thanksgiving, opening day, Christmas Day. What's like a game? It doesn't have to necessarily involve your Saints per se. What's a game you're kind of looking at like, okay, this is going to be a fun match. I'm kind of looking forward to this.
I have to say the Jets versus the Bills. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, Aaron Rodgers having a new home. I'm interested to see how the New York media is going to deal with Aaron Rodgers and vice versa. I think that's going to be an interesting storyline because, I mean, throughout the years, I mean, Green Bay has been pretty much kind of a fluff media towards Aaron Rodgers. We know that the New York media, they can be sharks when they want to be. And Aaron Rodgers, if the first game he goes out there and he underperforms or look disinterested or something like that, they're going to eat him alive. So I'm interested to see how he's going to respond. But when you look at the Jets team, they started off pretty good last season. But, you had some issues with Zach Wilson. They brought in Mike White. And Mike White, it seemed like the team responded better to him. But, it's a young team. They're promising. Their defense is trending in the right direction. Offensively, they got some weapons. You got Breece Hall coming back off injury. So I expect for those guys to come together and be a playoff team. Only thing they need is a signal caller like Aaron Rodgers to get them over that hump. So, and then you got the Buffalo Bills. I mean, the Buffalo Bills are a really good football team, but over the last couple of years in the postseason, I mean, they laid an egg. They laid an egg against the Cincinnati Bengals. They were in a dogfight versus the Kansas City Chiefs the year before that. I mean, but this is a team that it's time to put up or shut up. I mean, the window is starting to close because if you don't start winning, you have to start paying guys. And we all know that sometimes when you have to start paying these guys, that means that some of these guys that have helped you make the playoffs and have been key contributors, they may end up going other places. So you gotta strike while the iron is hot.
One of the things I love the point you made is the window closing. And I think the other window was like the Stephon Diggs window. Every offseason it gets a little louder that he's leaving. 2 years ago, it was like, whatever, he might dip, whatever. Then last year was like, okay, this got a little merit to it. This year, I'm like waiting for him to be wearing a Cowboys uniform at the end of the season. Then I saw the cook trail. I was like, all right, whatever. See, Kelsey, the resident Cowboys fan, is like saying, please, God, make it happen. But
you guys don't know. I am a Stephon Diggs stan, and you don't even understand. Like, since Maryland, like, give me Stephon Diggs on my team.
It's like me with A.J. Brown.
Just, you might need to replace Dak Prescott first.
Well, I was going to say, Dak Prescott will still find a way to throw the ball to the other team.
Send Dak for Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs somehow. Whatever you have to package with that, I don't care.
The entire
Make it
value of
happen.
the Cowboys franchise? I don't know. Like,
Look,
I
it'll be worth it. I don't care.
see,
Anything's better than watching Dak throw this 70 picks.
When Dak was
27
going through
picks
the
in 30
contract
games.
negotiation, I kept talking about it on the show. Like, I'm like, dude, like, I would love to see Dak go somewhere else. I was thinking Dak was going to be like, and then I realized, wait, Dak's not the problem. Dak will keep the Cowboys in that state of mediocrity where they're just good enough, where they're going to make the playoffs occasionally, but they're just bad enough where they aren't a threat to the real threats of the NFC.
Stop
And
it.
it's the perfect mixture.
No.
Dak is the perfect Dallas Cowboys quarterback.
Dak is the ultimate epitome of what makes Dallas so frustrating. It's just
picked him as your
garbage
team,
time,
not me.
garbage time statistics on top of garbage time statistics that
Everyone
make you
gets
look
that
good
Matt
at the end of
Stafford,
the day.
but the real Pat Stafford is our boy Dakota Prescott.
Dude, 27. How do you throw 27 picks in 30 games? That is my ultimate question. Like,
Because
How
Rashawn
do you do
Jenkins
that?
is your daddy.
oh my gosh, like I don't get it. I really don't
South
with Dak. Like,
Florida, born and raised.
in your last 30 games, you've thrown 27 picks. I'll never understand that for a guy who's considered elite
That's
by
Carson Wentz numbers.
somebody.
Or who considered Dak Prescott elite? That's what I want.
That's my
know.
question.
I-
Somebody out
who?
there, those
I wanna
talking
know
heads that
who.
get paid a whole lot
No.
of money.
Yeah, that's
is
DJ,
considered
you're
elite,
looking,
and they are
DJ, you're looking for
frustrating.
who in Jerry Jones' accounting department considered him elite.
really right. I don't see.
Jerry
I don't
Jones
think.
considered him elite.
Yeah, probably
Well,
trying to
Jerry
keep people
Jones
eyes
might
on
be
the
smoking the
product.
same. I mean, listen, you two are fucking roommates. I think you're both your NFL owners are smoking the same shit, man. What the fuck?
No,
That's
let's
not
be
bad.
honest.
They're getting
Jim
high on
Irsay-
completely separate entities. Okay, let them get high in their own way. Don't
Jim-
you compare them together. They get trash in their own ways.
Listen, just because Jim Irsay is ripping
He's on that good-
lines of stripper salt and then paying Matt Ryan, calling him a Navy SEAL and a fucking
Well,
astronaut.
hold on. Hey, Jim Irsay gets busted with whatever he got busted with. We'll just insert whatever drugs were in the container, and then they decide they go to the playoffs. Jerry Jones gets not busted with anything, and the Cowboys can't win a playoff game or more than one playoff game in 30 years, almost 30 years.
Look,
My-
if Andrew
my
lets
favorite
the tire
part
on
of-
your team, you'd be smoking some weird things too for a while. That takes a
Yeah.
while to get over. Especially
Listen,
if you like
I think the only person that has more luck than the Packers drafting quarterbacks is might be the Colts. The only one comes close to it, man.
Yeah,
it's Anthony Richardson season. Here it comes in 2 years.
Well, let's be honest. In 12 years, it'll be the Denver Broncos that get to reap the benefits of the Colts' excellent drafting.
That's how it works out.
Fair
Ever see
enough.
over-
The Broncos have literally only ever won a Super Bowl with a Colts drafted quarterback.
Fair enough.
100%.
What's the over
you
under?
have to go back and think about. Oh wait, the fucking Colts drafted Elway, and then they had to trade him because he pulled an Eli before Eli was the thing.
Mhm.
See
Throwing it
over
back.
under four
That's
and a half
crazy.
weeks until Anthony Richardson makes a start.
I'll take the
Under.
over. I'll still
take the
say.
under.
I don't know. I feel like Gardner's going to just keep them in games enough where like
No.
I
You
can
just
see them
talk about
going
how
like
much you hated him and you wanted a nearly decapitated Jalen Hurts over him less than 10 minutes ago. You don't get to play that card. He'll
No,
get a
I'm just saying. Listen, Shane Steichen is that wild, and also I think like the Colts know they're not winning the division this year, so they're going to try to like
Whoa.
let them develop.
That's why you play.
Why
that's
wouldn't
why
they
you play
not win
over.
the division?
Okay, first off, you have the Jaguars who have a fucking loaded offense, and then you have the Texans. who have to-
And
I also would take the Texans over them still right now.
would you?
Yeah, I would.
Would you?
Personnel wise, I would take them over it.
Their offensive line. Have you seen the Texans' offensive line when
They
not
do have
healthy?
Laramie
Well,
Tunsil.
healthy. Yeah, like I said, have you seen their offensive line? Because I haven't seen Laramie
the Colts
Tunsil on the
had an
field in a
amazing
while.
offensive line. Good fucking deal it did last year.
Hey, have you seen their running back? Because I'm waiting for him to show up too. Actually, I'm just kidding. Damian Pierce is too fantastic.
Damian
I can't
Pierce
even joke about Damian Pierce. That man
Pierce-
Yeah, he's pretty
an
good.
absolute beast.
It's the league character where he just runs like he's just pissed off as shit. And I
Yeah.
love watching it. Like I was kind of like when we were going to that Thursday night game where the Texans had the lead at one point, and I was like watching him run through the Eagles defense. I'm like, I am terrified, but also really impressed by watching this dude run right now.
Yeah, I just don't see a way the Colts with Darius Leonard actually getting healthy. I don't see Shaq Leonard getting healthy. I don't see a way their defense is nearly as bad as they were last year. Even though at one point in time they were still a top 10 defense somehow. Like, it doesn't make sense that they were still a top 10 defense considering all the issues they had, but like we might actually see an actual top 10 defense from Indianapolis this year. And look, when you're running with Jonathan Taylor, you don't need a whole lot from Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
It's like you just literally watch him hold the defensive end, and you're going to get Jonathan Taylor breaking away for 80. And if that defensive end crashes, I don't even want to see what Anthony Richardson can do, but we're going to find out.
Yeah, my biggest concern with Anthony Richardson is just the completion percentage. I've never seen a quarterback come into the league, that have a low completion percentage, and it don't affect him throughout his career. Like normally guys come in around the 62, 65%, and, they start to improve. That's my biggest issue. Like, I think that he got the right head coach in Steichen. I think that, we seen what he did with Jalen Hurts with his development. I think he can do the same thing with Anthony Richardson. I think Anthony Richardson should start week 1 because, I was talking with Brian McFadden today, and he made an interesting point. He said, Anthony Richardson is better than Gardner Minshew. So if he's better than him, you might as well go ahead and let him start. Like, what can he possibly learn from Gardner Minshew? You might as well go ahead and get the ball rolling.
He can learn how to have some dope jorts with a sick Fu Manchu and a mullet.
Yeah, and how to throw a pick on the back.
That's about all you're learning from Gardner Minshew.
Van down by the river.
Yeah, just let him start. If things struggle, if he struggles, he struggles. But we've seen this before where guys, they question their abilities going into week 1 and they hit it out of the park. I'm not comparing him to Cam Newton. But they said the same thing about Cam. And Cam threw for 433 yards in his debut against Arizona. So you never know. And not to mention like his ability.
Stat out of the bag.
Yeah. So
that's a stat. That's one of the best. Best. If I'm not mistaken, was that the best performance by a rookie quarterback in the air?
Yeah.
In the debut.
Yeah. Back to back, 400-yard games. Back to back. So you never know what you're going to get. You might have a stinker, and he might develop into like being a really good starting quarterback, or he might hit the ground running. But if I were the coach, I would just let him start. Gardner Minshew, no disrespect to him, but Anthony Richardson is better than he is.
That's
I think Josh Allen came into the league when I think Josh Allen came into the league and he had like a 49 or something completion percentage too. And
right.
He was the same situation. He was behind, I think it was like Tyrod Taylor. So what's he going to learn behind Tyrod? So they threw him in week 1 and
pause. You're talking about playoff winning game Tyrod Taylor versus Gardner Minshew here.
Well, this was before Tyrod couldn't stay on the field for more than 2 quarters.
Yeah. No, Tyrod was actually good. Whereas Gardner is just kind of he's a placeholder. Like Gardner fills in the team as a placeholder. Like he's a Josh McCown. I hate to say it. Like he is Josh McCown redux. Like just with a better head of hair. I don't know.
Matt, that was a good point though. But it also had a lot to do with the quarterback whisperer that you have, man. Look, you have Steichen. Like I said, his ability to be able to develop quarterbacks is a plus. Then you look at Carolina same way with Frank Reich. Brian Daboll was very instrumental in the improvement of Josh Allen. If you look at Josh Allen last year, he kind of struggled a little bit, right? He wasn't as efficient as he was the last year that Brian Daboll was there. So if you have yourself a really good quarterback coach / head coach that can get the best out of you, you can perform well. You can probably improve. But it all depends on how he approaches the game. But everything that I've seen and everyone that I talked to, that follow the coach and the media, they've been ranting and raving about how he has approached the game. So I'll be shocked if he's not good enough to start week 1.
Absolutely. I think the way Shane coaches offense too is he emphasizes explosive like 13 times per sentence as well. And we saw that with the Eagles last year. It was bombs away, and really everything turns into one-on-one coverage after 20 yards. So I can see them saying, Anthony, chuck it deep every play. If it's not there, take off. Make it really easy for him for that first year too. He's 20 years old too. It's hand it to Jonathan Taylor, throw it deep to a 6'5" receiver, or take off. The completion percentage will still probably suck, but That's if you're throwing 50%, but you're getting 300 yards because everything's 30+ yard pops, you'll take it at that point too. So
good point.
It'll look ugly.
We'll say I don't.
But I think it'll still be all right. Like I think there'll be some upswing.
Yeah, we also have to remember Anthony Richardson, as far as weapons go at Florida, he had one receiver even get invited to a combine, and that guy didn't even get ranked as a top seven round like talent. During the combine, he dropped 50% of his passes. So that's his top target. So it doesn't help when your top target during one of the biggest showcases of his life can't even catch the ball, let alone during the game when he's wide open. He drops a 50-yard bomb against Georgia. That's the type of guy. That's the type of guys he had to play with. And I'm not saying it's all his team's fault, but also playing under whatever the offense was at Florida that you want to call it. It wasn't exactly a quarterback friendly.
You call that
a young quarterback friendly offense.
The Colts are smart. They'll win 2 games and get Marvin Harrison Jr. and that'll be a target he's never had before in his life. And then it's like, okay, this will look real nice. You got Jonathan Taylor, Marvin Harrison, and a 21-year-old Anthony Richardson. Things look real good.
Michael Pittman's a target he's never had in his life, and that's going to be by itself a fun one. Let alone Alec Pierce.
Listen, let's be honest. Even Alec Pierce would probably be like the number 1 receiver on Florida last year.
Josh Downs.
Alec Pierce, Josh Downs. Between the two of them, you have way too much speed and acceleration and way too much route running between the two of them. And then you have Michael Pittman, who's just like, basically he's a tight end. He's Mike Evans. Like, again, discount version of Mike Evans.
He's like Mike Evans means a little Alshon Jeffrey getting old.
There's Alshon Jeffrey.
Actually, pre what? Ankle surgery, right?
Yeah, pre-ankle surgery. Pre-post Super Bowl ankle surgery.
Yeah, there you go.
But, right around the time the New Orleans drop,
You ain't gonna let that go, are you?
Bro, listen. Nick Foles plays the Rams. He owns the Rams. Eagles Patriots round 2. We win again. All right, I am fully convinced. Nick Foles is unstoppable until Alshon Jeffrey dropped the ball. All right,
wasn't unstoppable last year.
Hey, listen, he's only unstoppable when he wears that midnight green, baby. You know how it is. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for. It is time for the best part of the show, the part that makes the show go. Every year we do our bold predictions because 1, alcohol is fun, and especially when you mix with football team. 2, every year we say something stupid or something profound that happens. Like 1, I predicted the Seahawks were going to miss the playoffs in 21, and the Seahawks were going to trade Russell Wilson. I was right. I also said that
I predicted Russell Wilson was going to be trash last year.
Yeah, you did, and you were on this show last year, and you said this. That was the point I was getting to. If you didn't cut me off, you fucking asshole. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Kevin.
Sorry, you were taking your sweet time. It was just getting too long.
Have you been on my show?
You were tooting your own horn for too long. I had to stop.
I am part of the Pat McAfee School of Intros. Just get over it. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
you got to be good to do
bold
that.
Prediction segment of the Korner podcast presented by the amazing people at MaulerBros.com. Promo code Belly for 15% off. I actually just ordered 2 sets of two polos just now. I happen to know the owner. Great guy.
He is a great guy.
He's a great guy. Kind of an asshole, but great guy.
Nah, he's a sweetheart. He cares so much about everybody's feelings.
Amazing golf apparel. Listen, I like to partake. I'm fucking horrible. I go to play golf to drink beer at 10 a.m., smoke cigars, pack a half a lip of dip, and not give a shit for about 3 hours. Marlboro, super comfortable, super breathable, great hats, shirts. They even have tumblers now, which is fucking great. I might actually have to order one now for the course, especially because there's like 2 courses I'm playing at this summer that don't allow alcohol, so I got to find a way to get on the course. So, I'll find my way. All right, I don't play. Listen, if there's not 2 beers in my system, I will not shoot under par, regardless. I don't shoot under par.
Will you shoot under par with 2 beers in your system?
I have before in 2 games I've played in my entire life. Generally, I shoot around par. I shoot about 5 over par. Usually, where I shoot. So,
sheesh. All right, super.
If I'm on a hot streak, if I am off, dude, I start shanking balls left and right. I just say, "Fuck it, I'm here for the smokes." All right. All right. Well, anyway, Mauler Bros, official sponsor of the Korner podcast, Value Sports, and amazing golfers everywhere. All right, folks, we're starting off easy. Actually, no, this is a fun. We're going to start with who is the surprise team this year. Now, last year we had the Jaguars who just came out of, like, they had on a hot streak. You watch the Tennessee Titans basically implode under the lack of quarterback ability that is Ryan Tannehill mixed with Malik Willis. I don't even know if you call him a quarterback at this point. The fact that I may have called him a good quarterback prospect still eats at me a little bit.
He's still a good quarterback prospect. He just plays for Mike Vrabel.
Listen, do you not insult that cigar smoking, dip packing Ohio motherfucker? I love that Vrabel.
I will insult that man every single day of the year.
He looks like he smells like pee. You know what? I miss my kid.
You're not wrong.
Listen.
Wow.
Okay. Fellas, out of the teams who really were just not good last year, they struggled, they couldn't get off the ground. Who is that team that's gonna? They don't even have to make the playoffs. They could be just in the hunt in like a game out above 500 the last week of the season. Who is that team that you think is going to make a real run and all right, we're on the map, we're back? Matt, you go first. I feel bad. You haven't talked much today.
So a team that comes to mind is it's a team that played in a kind of a weaker division last year, started about 3 different quarterbacks, and just kind of held on by just the fact that they had a weak division last year, that they were in it till the end. It is not what you're thinking, DJ, up there. This team is a team that went out and got a free agent quarterback and made some big additions to their team. So I'm already looking at TJ Saints right now, with Derek Carr taking on the helm with them. You got Michael Thomas. You have Chris Olave back there, Alvin Kamara. You got that defense is always tough and shows up. And they're in a division right now where you got a rookie quarterback in Bryce Young. I mean, rookies are 50-50. You don't know if they're going to work out, if they're hyped or not. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that look like they're going to roll with Baker Mayfield. And you got the Falcons that just, it's a big question marks with that quarterback with Desmond Ridder too. So I think the Saints are a team that are going to come out. They're going to take advantage of that division. They're going to take advantage of the schedule. And I could easily see this team winning like 11 games and winning that division. So I think the Saints could be a surprise team this year.
Fair enough. All right, TJ. Matt already took your Saints, man. Who's the team you think really is going to just explode off of last year?
Believe it or not, I got to go with the Cleveland Browns. I think the Cleveland Browns can be a team that's a little bit of a sleeper. I think that they suffered a little bit because of the issues that happened with Deshaun Watson, him not being, not playing for the last couple of years. But I think like having a off-season activities and, training camp, mini camp without all the other stuff looming, I think that it's going to help them. And I also feel like they're going to do something because this is do or die for Kevin Stefanski too. It's time for him to step up. I mean, the Cleveland Browns organization have done their part. Like, whether you like the Cleveland Browns or not, wherever your feelings are about them, they've done everything they possibly can to put a formidable team out there. And, they got Deshaun Watson, all that guaranteed money. So it's time for them, to do something. And I think that they can. I think that Deshaun Watson, you're going to see probably him revert back to a little bit of the Houston Texans, Deshaun Watson. And, I think they got some talented offensive players over there along with some defensive players. So I got to go with the Cleveland Browns. I think the Cleveland Browns, are going to be much better than they were last year. And they might even mess around, be second in the division. I ain't going to say they're going to win the division, but they might end up being second in the division.
I mean, listen, it's like an insurmountable. Like, I think Cincinnati's in a class all of their own.
Right.
But, like, Baltimore is definitely susceptible. Like, listen, oh, great, you paid Lamar. You got Odell Beckham for probably 12 games next year before he misses about 3 or 4 to injury. Rashad Bateman, Zay Flowers, great. Like, it's still like they're still holding.
Whoa. Zay Flowers is a little bit better than great. It's a steal.
I know I love Zay Flowers. I think he was the most underrated prospect in the draft because I watched Phil Dragovich play for 5 minutes and I was like, yo, this dude is more inaccurate than Brett Favre hammered off fucking White Claws. It is brutal. Like, I watched this dude just drop. Like, the amount of when you're watching a receiver's tape and you watch him have to stop on a go route or a post and come back to a ball because your quarterback can't hit the broadside of a barn and you still make the catch, you still score, that tells me all I need to know. Like, you are the best receiver that your program's ever seen, and you're going to go to the NFL and you're going to tear it up.
Right.
I'm very much a Zay Flowers guy. Like the Vikings drafting Jordan Addison was kind of like, to me. Listen, I think Jordan Addison's good, but like I think Zay Flowers is a better prospect because I think Zay Flowers was overshadowed by the fact his quarterback literally could not hit the broadside of a barn.
Yeah,
I think Zay Flowers.
The fact that too. Also, the fact that Djokovic transfer is even fucking funnier to me. Like, what, you're not going to the NFL. You suck, dude.
He's got to get that NIL money, man.
Listen,
you heard about the basketball player from Michigan that transferred, and he's like, man, if anybody else was getting a $10,000 raise, they'd have changed jobs too. And I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you. You go ahead and make your 10 extra K.
Yeah, go get your fucking money because you know you'll be working at Enterprise Car Rentals for another 6 years after you college.
Hey, $60K a year, might as well.
Yo, fucking facts, dude. One of me and Matt's boys used to work for Enterprise for a hot minute. Like, we know these dudes. Like, they hired a lot of athletes. Like, it's not even a fucking joke.
Oh, they literally have a pipeline to them.
Yeah, they literally get like Enterprise rental salesmen like that are all ex like college athletes who are like good but not great. And I was like, oh shit, that's depressing. All right, breakout quarterback. Now last year we had like Jared Goff who played like a renaissance season. We had Jalen Hurts, who had an MVP caliber season. We, of course, had Mahomes win the damn MVP. We had Dak Prescott, who miraculously won the interception title. Sorry, yo, I couldn't pass on it. But listen, I didn't ask two other people their surprise team, so I want to ask DJ and Kelsey, our high-low boys. I just wanted to preview what's coming next. Kelsey, who's your surprise team next year?
Surprise team?
Yes, sir.
Anybody playing the AFC South at any point in time. So I'm going to go with an NFC South team. I'm going to actually say probably Atlanta. I think Atlanta is going to be a breakout team. I think Atlanta has all the pieces. And look, you add in a bunch of extra pieces in free agency. You get Desmond Ridder, who I do think is more of a game manager. But I do think that, you drafted Bijan Robinson to fill in that role for Cordell Patterson and let Cordell Patterson go do what Cordell Patterson does, which is run routes and be a dynamic player outside. And then you hopefully put Kyle Pitts into a route somewhere. Please don't make him block every time. And I think he'll be fine. And let's not forget, Desmond Ridder can use his feet. So I do think Atlanta's offense is going to be a little more dynamic. I know Mariota, obviously we talk about what Mariota was able to do in college. Never was able to really capitalize on that in the NFL. Whereas Ridder, he's more of a pass first, and then as soon as he feels pressure, get out of the pocket. Like he's gone. Get his 5 yards, get down type of situation. So, give me Atlanta. I think has an opportunity here to surprise some people. Plus, they're playing a whole lot of teams in Atlanta and not having to travel to play like AFC South teams in their own stadium. So that's helpful. But yeah, plus internationally, they get to play Jacksonville in London, and crazy things happen in London.
Oh yeah, fuck it. Nothing ever happens normal in London. All right, Jonathan. I'm just kidding. DJ Daniel Jeremiah 2.0. He's about to leave right now. I'm just kidding. Neuralink. What do you got?
We've had enough of Jared, so I'm going to go over for a couple of minutes here. So I'm going to keep it really easy. I'm just going to go with the Chicago Bears. I think they've added so many pieces. Justin Fields takes the next step, and that division kind of stinks. The Lions in free agency and in the draft left some holes. There's a lot of holes in the cornerback area, so I think DJ Moore is going to get loose. The Packers will have to wait and see, and the Vikings are not winning 11 one-possession games again. That is not going to happen. You're not going 11-0 in games decided by 7 points or less.
Maybe the single greatest season of what the fuck of all time is the Minnesota Vikings season. Right. Also, DJ, your Colts lost me money on that game because, I literally bet on them to pull the upset.
Why would you bet on the Colts at any given point last year?
Because they were up by fucking 30!
I'm to bet against them.
We've talked about this before.
Matt Ryan was playing quarterback. You know the drill.
Okay, what part of I'm an insane gambler has ever crossed our friendship?
You know what? You're getting booted for that one again. We cannot.
All right, please, for the love of God, stop booting me on my own show.
Well, what are you talking about? This match show now.
No, Matt is the king of our social media. I run this bitch.
Let's be honest. Mason runs this. Let's be honest. He gets to do what he wants, when he wants, how he wants to.
Mason is our resident house cat. He shows up when he feels like it. Like, I just let him do what he does. That man is graduating college with, I believe, close to honors. So I will let him do what the fuck he wants.
Maybe he
For
should.
University of Oklahoma, by the way. Hey,
no,
congrats,
no
Mason.
offense to anybody.
Graduating college, baby.
Yeah.
But might be officially the smartest here.
Tuner for life.
Nope. Okay, can't clap for that. Sorry.
Oh, let the kid
That
be
is
happy.
where we draw
All
the line.
right. Now that everyone's actually talked about their surprise team, let's talk about a breakout quarterback we think actually could really ascend this year. See, Kelsey, you already talked about his team a little bit. I really think it's Desmond Ridder. I think the ability that he has now with Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson hand the ball off to. On top of that, you also have Michael Pittman, and not Michael Pittman. Fuck. Sorry, wrong USC receiver.
Full pause.
Drake London. I'm sorry, wrong USC receiver.
Former USC basketball player as well.
Whatever. All right, and then you also have hopefully some ghost of Kyle Pitts. I do actually think the Falcons in a weaker division where their only competition, I think this year is going to be the Saints, who have a decent team, but I think it's open to beat them. I think the Ridder was the best quarterback prospect in my book. I liked him the most. I thought Willis was the highest ceiling, but there was a lot of risk. I do like the Falcons and Artie Smith's offense. He is my breakout quarterback.
Until Kyle Pitts runs the routes, I refuse to accept Arthur Smith's offense as acceptable.
Fair enough. All right,
So,
DJ,
enough.
you went last time, so you go first.
We're gonna take a random flyer on this one. I'm gonna go with Sam Howell for Washington. I think they're gonna give him a chance, and I think with all the targets they have, he's gonna have a lot of big plays. Not saying they'll win games, but I think he's gonna have a chance to break out and put up some surprisingly big numbers in his first career.
I don't need to see another NFC East quarterback become good, please.
Fair play, but I think if they give him the reins early, I think he can put up a solid season. It won't add up to a lot of wins, probably not in that division, but I think he can put up a lot of yards and a good amount of touchdowns, probably a good amount of picks to go with it. But
all right, I will ask you this before we move on to Matt, Kelsey, or DJ or TJ. Sorry, wrong J at the end of the acronym. Kelsey, how bad do the Cowboys have to be for Dak to get like benched?
The end of the season?
Yes.
No, I mean, that's when he'll get benched is the end of the season. That man's not getting benched. He could literally just sit down and kneel every play, and he's not going to get benched. I'm sorry. Jerry Jones will not allow that to happen.
Jerry Jones' other adopted son, or at this point, grandchild, because Jerry's about as old as dirt.
The only way it happens is if they trade for a quarterback somehow or, get Trey Lance or I don't know. Literally, there's no way that Dak gets benched, and I might be eating my words here, but I just don't see any way that you pay that man that much money, and then
right, Matt, 123. I want you to record this moment. All right, because we may be coming back to this. All right, with that being in mind, quarterbacks, Kelsey, who?
Cooper Rush, man. I don't know.
Who's your breakout quarterback?
Would Kyle Trask be a good answer? Is Kyle Trask actually starting in Tampa Bay? No,
I will never refer to him as his actual name. As a Hurricanes fan, I can never refer to him as his actual name. Kyle Trash is his name.
I'll be honest. I will say
Florida.
Out of actual quarterbacks that have a chance to break out, I don't know. Maybe this is cheating, but I'm gonna go Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence takes that ascension into full stardom this year.
Level.
Yeah, I think last year we saw game manager with a little bit of playmaker Trevor Lawrence. Like the year before, you saw just pure game manager. Last year, you saw game manager plus a little bit of playmaking. I think this year's the year where we see him go full-on, heir apparent Trevor Lawrence. I'm going to go – and again, maybe that's cheating. Maybe I'm taking already good guys and making them even better. I don't care at this point in time because you just made me talk about Dak. So I'm going to go Trevor Lawrence here. But yeah, Kyle Trask. Don't be surprised if Kyle Trask does have a decent year though.
Watch Baker actually ends up having like a good season. The Bucks somehow win the fucking division.
No, Baker won't last 3 games. Like
I'll actually make you a bet.
Mike Evans will punch Baker Mayfield after.
All right, Kelsey, for my Anthony Edwards money back, I will bet double or nothing on Baker Mayfield.
I'm not double or nothing on anything with Baker because I've learned that man is not somebody you bet on or against.
Well, I'm betting on him. So you're not going to take it?
No. Wow. Why would I do that?
He wants
Anthony Edwards is still bad, so I'm not going to take a Baker Mayfield conversation.
Bad.
He's not a top 20 player in the NBA.
Fuck you. All right. TJ.
That's respectful discourse.
TJ, who is your surprise quarterback for the 2023 season?
Honestly, I'm gonna go with Trey Lance. I know that more than likely Brock Purdy is probably gonna be the starter, but I'm not sold on this guy. I'm sorry. Like, I just think that every now and then you have a quarterback that comes in that takes everybody by surprise. If you look at the way that the offense is structured by the San Francisco 49ers, they have dynamic playmakers around them. Like, I can think about the games where he'll probably throw like a 5-yard pass to Christian McCaffrey, and Chris McCaffrey a game 50-something odd yards. Like, I'm just not sold on this guy. I think that Trey Lance is going to come in and he's going to light it up. I honestly believe that. I'm not sold on Brock Purdy. I'm happy for him. You know, like the fact that he's a 7th-round pick. If you watch the NFL draft this season, you see a lot of teams starting to get those quarterbacks in the later rounds. That's the Brock Purdy effect. But at the end of the day, I just think that Trey Lance is a dynamic player. And I just think that eventually he's going to get opportunity to show what he has. And I'm still going to go with him, even if they decide to trade him and he goes somewhere else. I still think he's going to be a breakout player.
Well, I
he'll
believe
be a better player if they do trade him, actually.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Shanahan's offense is the most overrated piece of garbage in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Well, hold on. I think, if you compare the play calling with Trey Lance at quarterback compared to what they did with Brock Purdy, Trey Lance was literally, hey, you go run into a brick wall.
He was
with Brock Purdy, it was literally misdirection galore, and you set up Brock Purdy to succeed from day one. Whereas with Trey Lance, you literally made the man go run into a brick wall.
We're not going to go back to that one joke I made on the St. Patrick's Day show. I'm not going to make it about Shanahan's not like he's certain type of quarterback.
Matt, your turn.
He did make Kirk Cousins a thing. Let's just say that.
They injured RG3. I mean, listen, like the Shanahans have a great track record with a certain type of quarterback. Anyway,
he's the reason for Kirk Cousins.
Exactly. All right, Maddie, who is the breakout quarterback you got going on right now?
Well, this isn't my breakout one, but I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you, if, like, let's say Trey Lance is traded, before the start of the season and they run it with Sam Darnold for a couple of weeks until Purdy's back healthy. I honestly don't think it's impossible that Sam Darnold might mesh well with Kyle Shanahan's offense. I think that's the system that would fit him. Obviously, the Jets my team just threw him to the ground and just stomped him out, and then the Carolina Panthers didn't really do much to him. But I mean, I don't think, like, you put him in an offense with Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey with that protection and everything. I don't think that's a bad fit for him. So I could see Sam Darnold breaking out if he gets like a 3-4 week start, but I don't obviously see him playing the whole year. So my breakout player is going to be Justin Fields. I think he's gonna. I mean, last year, listen, he had Darnell Mooney, and that was it. And Darnell Mooney didn't even look that good. Cole Kmet is a serviceable tight end, but he's not a a Jimmy Graham or a Mark Andrews or a Hawkinson or anything like that. But you have Darnell Mooney as Chase Claypool. You give him DJ Moore. He still has Cole Kmet. They drafted Darnell Wright with some protection on that offensive line for him. They got question marks on other lines, on other positions on the lines. At the running back position, I think they're running it with like Khalil Herbert right now. But I mean, he's got a lot better weapons this year compared to last year, and I mean he ran for 17 times for 175 yards a game. It felt like. I mean, if he could have like 75 rushing yards and he could just get like 225 passing yards, it'd just be a big, tremendous upgrade on offense for that team. So I think Justin Fields with some more weapons on that team can really break out this season.
I also like the fact that you mentioned DJ Moore because people are so there's so much hate on DJ Moore, and I don't get why. That man is a pure number one. He had PJ Walker as his quarterback for multiple different games in multiple different seasons, and he's still breaking 100 yards receiving in those games. So I don't know why DJ Moore gets the hate, and now you actually give him a team. Also, Tevin Jenkins comes back healthy this year for the Bears.
That's
DJ Moore. He reminds me of a younger Allen Robinson, just a guy
I was just thinking that. I promise you, I was just thinking that.
Don't curse it like that,
man. You took the words right out of my mouth, man. I was just thinking.
He's not a cowboy. It's okay.
A young receiver who puts up good numbers with really bad quarterbacks, and just give him a good quarterback and I guess the jury's out. I mean, Justin Fields, I'm not going to say he's great until I see him have a really good season. Obviously, I'm not going to overhype him, but I think Justin Fields is an upgrade over a Carolina Sam Darnold or a Baker Mayfield or a PJ Walker kind of a guy. So I think this quarterback upgrade could be good for him. But I mean, Allen Robinson put up some pretty good numbers with Blake Bortles and Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, fellas, we're almost coming to the close of the show. One last one. I call this the Carson Wentz Russell Wilson Award. Which player is going to slide back hard next year?
I pray it's not a number 8 quarterback on the Jets. I pray.
Is that what number he ended up taking?
He did. I really want him to take 12 and just get the job done with 12 on, but he took 8.
Namath wouldn't let him take 12, would he?
Namath gave him the blessing. Aaron Rodgers was the one that said, "No, I want to honor that," and I was like, "Don't honor that. Just take it."
He took his college number, which I kind of like that a little bit.
Yeah.
I wonder if Joe Douglas traded Elijah Moore because he wanted 8. Obviously that didn't happen, but imagine that conspiracy theory.
Also, Elijah Moore basically quitting on the team for 2 months probably didn't help his case either.
What are you talking about, man? He didn't quit on the team. He offered his services as QB1.
That was that. Yeah, he did. He wanted
to retire. And they said
that man wanted to play so bad he was going to switch positions so somebody could throw the ball over 10 yards.
Look, I think the best headlines of the NFL season last year were always about the 2022 New York Jets. Let's just be honest.
Dude, 5-2, and you got a receiver requesting a trade. It was just unbelievable.
That's okay. He's no Jarvis Landry. The real quarterback one of Cleveland.
There you go. All right, fellas, who wants to go first? Who's got a guy who you think is going to pull a Russell or a Carson, just going to drop off the fucking map? XFL player in 2 years.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. Wow. Yep. Okay, TJ, explain.
I just think it's time for him to come back to earth. I think they have a lot of talent out there. They got DK Metcalf. They just added Jackson Smith and Jigba. But I'm not really sold on Geno Smith like that. I'm happy he got his money, but I don't see him replicating what he did last season. I think it's time for Geno to come back down to earth. Jets Geno, Chargers Geno. I think it's going to come crashing down. Yeah, exactly. I don't see it. I can't see him replicating what he did last season. I don't care what he has around.
I will defend Geno because on tape, everything I saw at West Virginia, like all the accuracy, the arm strength, all the things that we thought we were getting actually were coming to fruition in Seattle. So I will defend Geno here because I'm a Geno Smith stan. Watching him succeed in Seattle, I was like, yes, comeback story. Fuck you. What was it, Ben McAdoofus?
Yeah. I'll say this about Geno last year. Geno didn't do anything exponentially crazy last year. He had great games, but he also didn't really cross 300 yards.
Played good quarterback.
Yeah. He did what he's always done in his career, which is just game manage, except for he had guys like DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and, Noah Fant, who actually had real weapons, and he had a running game for the first time. And he actually had tackles who knew how to block.
Yeah.
And not
just on his own team that didn't punch him in the face.
Seattle won't admit this, but I honestly feel like they paid Geno because they know that he was limited. They know that he probably reached his ceiling, and I think they may not want to admit it, but I think they're in a Caleb Williams sweepstakes. They setting this team up. They got a young defense. They added Witherspoon to the team. Got Kobe Bryant on the other side. You got Kenneth Walker as your running back. Like I said, you got a young wide receiver core. I mean, this is tailor-made, like chef's kiss for a guy like Caleb Williams to come right in and really make some noise. I really feel that way. Geno Smith is not a franchise quarterback. He's a bridge quarterback, right? So, I mean, they paid a bridge quarterback. If they have a really bad season, I don't think they would be upset about it.
So, TJ, I kind of agree with you, but I think it's not I don't think they're going to be bad enough for Taylor Williams. I think a guy they might get is like a guy like Tyler Van Dyke, like a late round, first round kind of quarterback.
No, Tyler Van Dyke is not going to be that high of a draft pick. Calm down.
I'm saying, later, like
the Miami fan in you is getting a little crazy. Let's pump the brakes.
Hey, they got some. Hey, regardless, they got some really good quarterbacks coming out in 2024.
Yeah.
So if you can't get Caleb Williams, I mean, you got
there's like Drake May. There's a bunch of other ones.
You got Shadir Sanders out there, Colorado. I mean, you got some. Yeah.
Penix from right there in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
there's a bunch of quarterbacks out there. I feel like Carroll's opened up to like, listen. If Geno's great, awesome. We have a great quarterback. If he's not, oh shit, we're still in position to go get somebody. So I think I half agree with you, TJ. I don't think he's gonna be that bad. I don't think he's gonna be Russell or Carson territory, but I do like that a lot. Matt, who is your backslide? Who is your guy who's gonna literally just play themselves out of a contract?
Well, I can assure you all that there is nothing personal behind this one, but I am going to go with Jordan Love. I look at that roster. They had a lot of issues with drop passes on offense last year. Romeo Doubs, solid receiver, just couldn't always catch all the balls. Christian Watson emerged at the end. I mean, what is the one thing they needed on offense that was a wide receiver? And what did they do? They took two tight ends and an edge rusher before they even addressed the wide receiver position.
Wow.
And I would argue that I think he needed Quentin Johnson on that offense, a tall, big receiver over Luke Musgrave in the second round.
Yeah.
So I just think once again, Brian, with whatever the hell his last name is, Gutekunst, I don't know how to say it.
Gutekunst.
I don't know, whatever it is, it just did not set that team up for success going forward. I mean, I'm not really sure. David Bakhtiari is never healthy, but I mean, he's got Aaron Jones and he's got A.J. Dillon. He has Christian Watson. Outside of that, he has a lot of question marks, and I just don't think they upgraded that receiver room at all for him. So I think it's going to be a lot of rough ups and downs for him. But I definitely I could see him being that Russell Wilson, Carson Wentz guy this year. And I definitely think the Packers are not winning that division this year.
All right. By the way, according to Ari Mirov at My Sports Upstate, the Green Bay Packers have the fifth most primetime games with 5.
They gave
I dropped a whole.
Too. What happened?
Bye, Kelsey. All right. KC, Chargers, Buffalo, and Dallas have 6. The Jets, Green Bay. There he is. Oh, sorry. Sorry, buddy. Jets, Green Bay, Minnesota, Las Vegas, Philly, and San Francisco have 5. Detroit 4. Way to go, Lions!
Right.
That's going to be 4 disappointing games.
Denver, Baltimore. Shut up, Kelsey. Cincinnati,
starting in
Giants,
week 1.
Patriots, and Pittsburgh. TJ Saints got 3. Not bad. Seattle, Jacksonville, and Miami. All playoff teams all got 3 as well. Then you get to the bottom feeder bowls with Tampa Bay, Cleveland, Tennessee, Carolina, Los Angeles, Washington, Houston, LA, Arizona, and Indy all have 2 or less.
Wow, the Tom Brady effect is real, right? No Tom Brady, no prime time, huh?
Listen, one kind of thing is a Monday nighter against Philly, and you know that game's gonna be over by halftime.
Did you count the 6 for Dallas?
Yeah, I counted 6 for Dallas.
Or sorry, 7 technically if you count their Saturday game because we know they're going to be prime time on Saturday.
True.
Against Detroit.
Dallas always is in the top 5 for prime time games. That never changes.
Yeah, no, I'm just making sure you actually counted it.
I know how you like to overlook Dallas. Mirov's tweet, which he got ripped for anyway. But
you could just click on the link I sent in the chat.
Okay, in the private chat, I don't click on links.
Literally an entire document of the entire schedule highlighted with specific colors for all the games.
All right, DJ went, Matt went. DJ, who is your backslide? Your Carson Wentz, Russell Wilson, they just fall off the map award.
Jalen Hurts. No, I'm just kidding. I just want to
do not disrespect one of the most likable men in football. Go fuck yourself.
Don't call me Jonathan Gannon for 2 months straight. Then we won't.
I didn't. I called you 3 times, Matt.
2 months in a row. It just stopped recently when you found out he was tampering.
You know, the biggest thing about Jonathan Gannon, though, DJ, you should feel kind of good about that because you know you're so handsome that the Arizona Cardinals had to tamper to get you on their team.
I don't want to be associated with the Cardinals. We're the Eagles.
I was just trying to help you out. Trying to help you feel a little better about that.
We're grasping at some false straws here, but so we're just gonna.
I say you're more of like C-3PO meets Tom Pelissero, but that's my opinion.
We can do this all day, but we're not going to. So we're just going to revert back to the question of who's going to be Carson Wilson this year, and we're going to go ahead and stick with Kirk mid-Cousins. I think it finally downs on him a little bit. I think finally, instead of all those years of kind of okay, still gets paid a ridiculous amount of money, I think this is his 20 interception, 20 turnover season. It all comes apart. In theory, he has Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson. The wheels come off. The offensive line stinks. Dalvin Cook gets traded. Everyone kind of figures out that offense. And in year two, the defense still stinks. I think they could be third or fourth in the division. I think the Vikings, the wheels come flying off. The ship goes under, if you will.
All right, fair enough. I guess, Kelsey, you or me at this point?
I'll let you go first, and then I'll go last.
I was thinking about doing an NFC East team, like maybe Dallas or maybe New York.
I mean, you can go right ahead and say it. I'm okay with it.
But like saying Dak's going to fall off, like saying, hey, guys, our economy debt is going to rise because our government can't stop spending money. Dak's going to throw more picks. We all know what's going to happen. So I'm not going to pick on Dakota. Okay, listen. I think the Cowboys are still going to win 9-10 games because they're going to find a way to fucking win. I'm going to say Daniel Jones, man. There's something weird about it this year. They gave him way too much fucking money. The fact that he's getting paid more on average guaranteed money per year than Jalen Hurts, at least against the cap, is hysterical to me. I don't know how they worked that shit, but they did. And then the fact that they still haven't paid or even have a resolution to the Saquon issue scares me. I am a big Jalen Hyatt guy, but I'm not that big of a Jalen Hyatt guy where I think it's going to make a difference. Darren Waller, congratulations. You get him for 5 games before he pulls something. I don't know. Whoa. He's more concerned about his marriage to the GOAT, Kelsey Plum, than anything else.
You were married to Kelsey Plum, you would be too.
Kelsey
I'd
Plum,
probably pull something as well.
Any woman who can handle a cigar like that is a real woman. All right. But I will say,
family-friendly show, Jared. Calm down.
Flag on the play.
So the thing is with the Giants, listen, I would love to be proven wrong here because I think the Giants do have a good roster on paper, but there's just so many ifs and what ifs. I'm like, kind of feeling like those, kind of feeling like the Washington Commanders a few years ago, like the Raiders back when they went and got what's his face, not Raiders, fuck. Who was it? It was, or like the Dream Team Eagles, like they went and got a bunch of guys. Like, oh, they're gonna be so good. It's like I don't know. Like, there's a lot of ifs on that roster, where I'm like, I'm waiting. Like, okay, are they gonna pay Saquon? Is Waller gonna stay healthy? Is Jalen Hyatt gonna actually produce? You're really trying to tell me that Wendell Robinson's a primary receiver? Their defense still got absolutely shredded last year by about 15 teams, and they won on one possession games a lot. They're like kind of like the Vikings light. I don't know, man. They also could win the fucking division this year. It's weird. I guess the only other team I could think of just like completely backsliding to the point of no return is Deshaun Watson in the Browns.
Why you keep taking all my answers, man? Jesus.
But I'm not going to go into anything because I'm realizing this is Kelsey's point. I'm not going to fucking talk anymore. Kelsey, why are the Browns going to backslide?
No, I know. I'm not taking them anymore. You already said it. It's your answer. Make your stupid point.
I'm done. I was good. I just think there's so many it's the what ifs. Like, I'm like, there's no solidified answer to the Browns offense. Where like when you go, at least with like let's go through it. Like, you got the Jets with Matt's Jets. You know what you're getting with Rodgers. You have Garrett Wilson. You have a good running game. Even with TJ's Saints, who were struggling last year, you get Derek Carr. He may be mid, but he's the higher tier of mid. You also have Alvin Kamara. I don't know how many games he's going to be suspended
Jamal
for.
Williams. You have Jamal Williams.
Let's say Jamal Williams. Yeah, Jamal Williams plus that receiving core. They're going to win 8-9 games in that division, maybe more because that division is so shitty. They also have Marshall Lattimore and the boys on defense. They're not going to be bad by any stretch. And who knows? Lucas Van Ness may not be a bust. We don't know. So,
looking like that man does, he could be a bust. He'll be fine.
Yeah. But with the Giants, I look at him, the Giants and the Browns. I look at both teams. And I say, listen, yes, you have paid your quarterback. In the Browns' case, way too much. the Browns didn't really solve any of their real problems, and they just kind of band-aided them. The Giants, they solved their problems with a lot of boomer bust kind of picks. And I'm like, the NFL is one of those leagues where you want to keep your shit straight, man. You can't rely on a gamble. If you do, you better hope it hits. So I don't know. The Giants are my pick. Browns close second. Kelsey, I'm sorry for taking your fucking pick.
Picks. Both picks.
Really? The Giants were your backup?
No, they were my number one. Daniel Jones is always my number one pick to let me down. Have you seen that man try to run an 80-yard touchdown in? He trips at 70.
All right, go.
Also, let me just prove a point real fast. It is not Jonathan Gannon. It is Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah.
That is. That one works.
Look.
That works.
Look.
Wow.
That's accurate.
Wow.
I fucking love it.
Anyone wants a signed jersey, just send it over.
Telling you, he is. I've been saying this for years. He is Hunter Renfrow's doppelganger. Anyways,
my parents are Raider fans and do own a Hunter Renfrow jersey, so it does check out.
So since Jared took 2 teams, I'm going to take the remaining 6 NFL teams that have returning quarterbacks. I'm just kidding. I'm not actually going to do that. I'm actually going to take the Detroit Lions. I'm going to say Jared Goff is the next Russell Wilson, even though Russell Wilson will still be playing like Russell Wilson from last year for most of the season.
I'm really depressed right now.
I really almost did say Russell Wilson. And I was like, my backup and my backup.
Happy.
Just like double down. But I feel like this year I'm feeling the Detroit fall down here. And I think this is where we see Jared Goff being the mid of all mids, because they're just talking about signing him to extension. And we all know what happens when you give Jared Goff extra money. Doesn't play too well. Plus, you take away his top receiver in Jameson Williams, not name Amon-Ra St. Brown. You take away Jameson Williams, so you take away that deep threat, because all great things Amon-Ra St. Brown does, he is not fast by any means. Not as far as a number one receiver should be concerned. So you have one target. You have, a hopeful tight end. I don't even know who their number one tight end is right now, to be honest with you, because they traded Hawk to their in-division rivals. I still don't get that. You have 2 other receivers that are suspended for this season. And by the way, you drafted a running back in the first round after getting David Montgomery in free agency. So what does Jared Goff have to throw to? Really, other than Amon-Ra St. Brown. And Amon-Ra St. Brown, as good as he is not going to have a Brandon Marshall 21 catch game. That's not happening in today's day and age. That just can't, physically just not going to happen. So I don't see a way in which there are enough weapons on the field at any point in time for Detroit to have the type of season passing like they did last year. I think the only way they do that is if they had a fully healthy Jameson Williams, a fully healthy Cephas. If they had kept DJ Shark, I think they could have done that. But they didn't do any of those things. And obviously Jameson Williams getting busted for gambling is ironic considering Alabama players. But, it is what it is there. And, I don't know. They're going to be too focused on the run for Jared Goff to really succeed at this point in time.
All right, folks, listen, we've all come to the end of the show. I've held these boys for almost 2 hours. In the case of TJ, maybe about an hour. Man's the survivor here. Listen, before we go, everyone waits for it every year. I always drop my 3 bold predictions in. Where's LeDuc to write them down? First bold prediction right now is that Dak Prescott will lead the NFL in interceptions. Just kidding. That's always assumed. All right.
Oh, I was writing it down. I was ready.
Okay. First off,
I already had it written down.
The Detroit Lions will win the NFC North. That was my first bold prediction. Bold prediction number 2. The New York Giants will have a top 10 pick, not by trade. And bold prediction number 3, you will have a non-quarterback finish in the top 2 for MVP voting this year.
Kyle Pitts return.
There we go. Kyle Pitts, first tight
Calvin
end.
Makes up for 3 years of touchdowns.
Also, yeah, wait for some random receiver to win the receiving yards title.
Calvin Ridley.
All right.
I will
listen,
say it again.
I'll bet on that.
Okay. You're the right.
I like
that. All right. DJ and Kelsey, where can we find y'all amazing content?
Take it away, Kelsey.
Nope. It's all you, DJ.
All right, well, you can catch us every Wednesday, 8 p.m. here on YouTube, Twitter, everywhere else, pretty much every social media, High Low Sports. Come hang out with us. We talked about top 5 NBA playoff performers yesterday, and Kelsey had a nice little hot take in there, so go check that one out as well.
It was actually a very good show. I watched it today. I should have been working. So. All right, TJ, you dropped an awesome episode. Are you dropping one where you interviewed Mr. Brian McFadden? Tell the folks about it. Where can you find your amazing content?
Once again, my name is TJ Jones. I am the host of the State of the Saints podcast. You can check me out on YouTube, youtube.com. Search the State of the Saints podcast. Also on all streaming platforms, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, so on and so forth. And also check out the Gumbo Pod Sports podcast, where we talk about the hottest topics in sports. And you can check out their website at gumbopodsports.com.
Very nice. All righty. And finally, Mr. Matt, you can find our amazing content at Corner Booth Pod on everything: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, not Snapchat, TikTok. And Matt is, of course, the lights out killer on TikTok. Just ask DJ. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you can of course find him at Big Wisp on Twitter and myself at Belly Up Jared. We appreciate you for stopping by. We hope you have a great weekend. Shout out to our sponsors, Canadips, Yeats, SeatGeek, and Mauler Bros. We hope you all have a great weekend, and we will see you guys on Monday, possibly for another episode. It's the off season, so it's always a coin flip if we do an episode that weekend. Listen, I'm being real. Thursday shows generally happen, but during the off season, our Monday or / Tuesday podcast, where it's just us recording, is always a coin flip. We're gonna do it. I'm kind of feeling doing one this week because it's been a week, so I kind of feel like doing it. But ladies and gentlemen, hope you have a great week. We will see you Monday. Enjoy yourselves. Peace.